Are problems at work falling on deaf ears? Experts are sounding off about a new toxic work behavior. It's called glossing. This is when a boss fails to address workplace issues, which leads to lower employee morale. According to a poll from Leadership IQ, only 15% of people believe their company always openly shares the challenges facing it, and 23% say that when they share problems with their leader, he or she always responds constructively. This morning, we are joined by executive coach Liz Bentley to talk more about this phenomenon. So good to see you live and in person. So really nice. First things first, let's get started. But what are the signs of what you call glossing?
So in a company where there's glossing, one of the first things that becomes obvious, it's very inauthentic. You see a lot of fake smiles, excessive flattery, concerns and negative emotions completely go unaddressed. They say things like, look on the bright side, or don't worry about that. And then we see a lot of complaining behind closed doors. Work relationships aren't very strong and people become disengaged.
And some bosses might try to ease the anxiety by what you call toxic positivity. I guess that's the fake smiles, but that doesn't really help, does it?
No, it doesn't help at all. People need feedback, and it's really dangerous when people become toxically positive and try to make everything good. It makes employees feel extremely insecure. So first they feel like they don't know what they're doing wrong, and they'll say to us, you know, I think I'm doing everything right because I never get any negative feedback or anything constructive, not even in my reviews, but I don't feel like it's always going well. And then they also feel insecure about their strengths, because if everything is said that it's good, then how do you know when something's really good or not? So I find that people feel very insecure in the workplace and very confused.
And how does ignoring the glaring issues really affect productivity in the end and morale too?
Both. It really hurts both. This is where we see a lot of quiet quitting and also what they call the great detachment. Look, people know they need jobs, so they're going to work, they're phoning it in, they're coming into the workplace, but they're giving it back, they're faking it back, and they're kind of pretending like they're busy and getting the work done, but they're really checked out and honestly protecting themselves because they're feeling so uncomfortable in the workplace.
All right, so I guess what do employers do? I mean, they really have to make some changes.
They do. They have a real responsibility here, and there are 4 things that all employers really should be doing. Number 1, always connect people's work back to the big picture. People want to feel meaning and like what they're doing matters, so that's always a positive. Number 2, you have to train your leaders in feedback, and we like to say do it 2 ways. One is in what we call informal feedback, so you're giving it right immediately. You're saying, hey, this is great, do more of this. This isn't exactly what we're looking for, so make some course correction. And then also give the formal feedback where you're sitting people down and really giving them strategies and an overview of how their work performance is. The next thing is that employers need to get feedback themselves. And we like to do this in 2 ways. One is anonymous surveys where everyone gets a voice, or in 360 feedback reviews where leaders get really good, intense feedback on what they're good at and what they're not. And last but not least, you can't be afraid to talk about negative things. You know, people want to feel real and authentic. They want to know what's happening. You know, Mary, one of the things is that people come into the workplace not fully formed. Who you are at 24, 34, 44, 54, right? We're growing up in the workplace. And so people need that guidance as they go along in their careers.
Yeah, always evolving and really allowing people to improve.
Yes.
That's the only way to do it. You got to let them know. Well, we appreciate it, Liz. Thank you so much, Liz Bentley, for coming in. It's so nice to see you in person.
Yeah, so great to be here. Thank you so much.
Much more coming up next week with you, so we appreciate it.
Thanks.
And we have much more coming.